The pest control industry makes $14 billion every year in America, and not a single one of their ads has ever mentioned the one biological weakness that every mouse on Earth is born with. Not once. Not because they do not know about it. Every exterminator knows about it. But the moment you understand what this weakness actually is, you will never call one of them again. You will never buy another trap. You will never spend another dollar on anything they are selling. Because the thing that exploits this weakness completely costs less than $2. It is sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now. And it works in a way that no trap, no poison, and no professional treatment ever could, because it does not fight the mouse from the outside. It destroys them from the inside, using their own body against them. They walk toward it willingly, they eat it happily, and there is absolutely nothing their body can do once it is in. Keep watching, because what I am about to show you is the thing they have been quietly hoping you never figure out. Why mice are more dangerous than you think. Before we get into the solution, you need to understand exactly what is at stake, because most people treat a mouse sighting like a minor inconvenience, and that mindset is the exact reason the problem never fully goes away. A single mouse, not a colony, not a full infestation, one mouse, can carry over 200 different pathogens inside its body. Scientists have confirmed that rodents are primary carriers of hantavirus, which attacks your lungs and has a fatality rate approaching 40% in severe cases. They carry salmonella in their droppings, which dries, becomes invisible, and ends up on the same countertops where you prep your food every single day without knowing it is there. They carry leptospirosis, which can cause kidney failure and liver damage in otherwise healthy adults. They are directly linked to lymphocytic choriomeningitis, which is especially dangerous for pregnant women and can cause serious neurological complications in developing babies. And here is the part most people never consider. You do not have to touch a mouse to get sick from one. Mouse urine dries into microscopic particles that become airborne inside your home. Every time you walk through your kitchen, your pantry, your basement, if mice have been active in those spaces, you could be breathing those particles in without any awareness whatsoever. No smell, no visible sign, just silent, invisible exposure happening in the same rooms where your family eats and sleeps. Beyond disease, mice are one of the leading causes of house fires that nobody talks about. Roughly 25% of house fires with unknown causes are linked directly to rodent activity because mice chew through electrical wiring constantly. Not out of hunger, but because their teeth never stop growing. One mouse family left alone for a single year can quietly cause thousands of dollars in structural damage that most insurance policies will not cover because it falls under the pest exclusion clause. There are two things you need to understand about mice before the reveal. First, mice have almost no useful eyesight. They navigate entirely by memory, smell, and touch, pressing their bodies against walls and running the exact same path every single night. This is why you almost never see a mouse crossing the open center of a room. When something new appears in their path, a trap, a glue board, a bait station, they detect it instantly and avoid it for days or even weeks. Pest control professionals call this neophobia. It is hardwired into every mouse alive, and it is the single biggest reason that $60 trap in your cabinet has caught nothing. Second, and this is the one that changes everything, mice cannot vomit. Every other mammal has a vomit reflex as a survival mechanism. Mice lost it somewhere in their evolutionary history. Whatever a mouse eats goes in, gets processed, and there is no second chance. No recovery. No way out. That one biological limitation is the open door, and what I am about to show you walks straight through it. Baking soda. Plain, ordinary baking soda. $1.30 at any grocery store in America. When it enters a mouse's digestive system and contacts the acids in their stomach, it produces carbon dioxide gas rapidly and in significant volume. Any other animal releases that gas. The mouse cannot. It builds up internally with nowhere to go, and the damage it causes is fatal. No blood, no body in a spring trap, no mouse dying slowly on a glue board. The mouse eats the bait, returns to its nest, and simply does not come back. Clean, final, and cheaper than a bag of chips. But here's the one detail that makes or breaks this entire method. A mouse will not eat plain baking soda. It has a chalky, alkaline quality they detect and avoid. You have to hide it inside something they actively want. The mixture that works perfectly is 2 parts baking soda, 1 part plain white sugar, and 1 part regular flour. The sugar is your attractant. Mice can smell it from a distance that would genuinely surprise you. The flour creates a texture that feels completely natural in their mouth. The baking soda disappears inside both of them, completely undetectable. Once your mixture is ready, Roll it into small, tight balls roughly the size of a marble. Small and dense works far better than a loose pile because it stays exactly where you place it and is easier to position precisely. Placement is everything, and this is where most people fail even with the right bait. Remember how mice move. They hug walls, they run corners, they never cross open floor space. Every bait ball must sit tight against a baseboard or be tucked into the back corner of a cabinet. The highest priority spots in any home are behind your refrigerator where it meets the wall, inside the back corners of your lower kitchen cabinets, under your stove pushed as far back as possible, directly under your sink around the pipe entry points, along pantry baseboards, along every perimeter wall in your garage and in the corners of your basement where the floor meets the wall. Replace the bait balls every 3 to 4 days. Baking soda absorbs moisture and loses effectiveness over time. Within 5 to 7 days, most people notice a meaningful drop in activity. By the end of 2 weeks, in the overwhelming majority of cases, the problem is either completely resolved or reduced to something minor. Standard snap traps require you to handle dead mice, reset them constantly, and wait out the neophobia window where mice avoid them entirely for days or weeks. Glue traps are not quick, the mouse struggles for hours, and dealing with what you find is genuinely traumatic. Electronic traps cost between $40 and $80, need batteries, need to be emptied and reset, and still face the same neophobia problem that defeats every physical trap on the market. Professional extermination typically runs between $200 and $500 per visit, almost always requires multiple follow-up treatments, uses chemical compounds that families with young children and pets are rightfully nervous about, and does not permanently solve anything if the entry points are never sealed. They treat the symptom. They almost never treat the cause. Baking soda, sugar, and flour total under $2 and are already in your home right now. Every ingredient is completely food safe for humans, dogs, and cats. And because the bait smells and tastes like something the mouse is genuinely seeking, it bypasses neophobia entirely. The mouse approaches it with zero hesitation and zero suspicion. Getting rid of the mice inside your home is only half the solution. If you do not close the entry points they used to get in, new mice will move in within weeks. Mice can compress their bodies through a gap the size of a dime. If you can slide a pencil into a crack, a mouse can get through it. Go through your home and locate every place a pipe enters or exits a wall. Under the sink is your first priority. Behind the stove and refrigerator is your second. Pack every gap you find with steel wool first. Mice will not chew through it because the fibers embed in their gum tissue. Then seal over it with caulk or expanding foam to lock it permanently in place. Move every dry food item in your pantry into a hard container with a locking lid. Paper bags, cardboard boxes, and thin plastic bags are a 3-second chewing project. Do not leave pet food out overnight. Wipe your counters every evening before bed. The less your home smells like accessible food, the less attractive it is to any rodent. $14 billion a year. That is what Americans spend trying to solve a problem that has a $2 answer sitting in their kitchen cabinet. If you are dealing with a truly severe infestation, activity throughout the entire house, signs of a large established colony, please involve a professional, because that level genuinely needs trained intervention. But for the vast majority of people watching right now, the ones hearing scratching at night, finding droppings under the sink in the morning, losing sleep over something that feels impossible and expensive to fix, this is your answer. It has been available to you your entire life. You just did not know what it did. And now, you do. Make the bait balls tonight.